Good afternoon, guys. Shapo Jamba Fetu, Sanbona Nishani. There's lots of money in SA. There's actually lots of money everywhere. There's lots of money all over the world. Now I know how much that buy, or what bapa, but just buru shooting, ultimately buy. Let me go to scripture first, quickly, now. There's a scripture that says, and this is Matthew 21. I know a lot of you guys who love reading the Bible. Matthew 21, verse 22 goes, and whatever you ask in prayer, you'll receive in faith. Oh, sorry. And whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive if you have faith. So, but Baba na logo, like utepile, entanga utepile mdi, kitepile mdi, mtembe nunkulu. Because sometimes they will push on a corner, push us in at the daughter, Konabanya Bandon, the Bakfando, Nabuma 100 million. Hante Sensual, the Bible is a faith. You have to believe, you have with conviction. You know, Kalak Bonanto Taka di Bulea, the Intuition Change Hanyan, this into Shinja and Namya Kalanya Kutala Manj. And this is a couple of years later, Ali. Money is energy. You have to get to the frequency of money. Salobo no change our stage. It used to be called analog. I know things are changing and it's digital, but it used to be analog. Analog, when you change the dial from one channel to the next, it goes. You change the stage, you don't change the stage. You have to really get it at a certain point. That's where we are. That's what we call energy. So the same frequencies for a radio to, the same waves, by the radioactive waves, to get a certain frequency, you have to go through and search and search. Sometimes until the exact right one, right? Some of you guys who do follow physics or quantum physics, you'd know about the Teslas. You know about Nikola Tesla, right? And we know that with the likes of Nikola Tesla, the technology that we're using today has always been there. It's just that it's been suppressed. It's like, for instance, the aliens. By the way, aliens exist. If you're doubting that aliens exist, I don't know. Aliens do exist. Go do your own research. And the reason why aliens have always been suppressed as well, no matter they do exist, is because of the technology that they have. Aliens would crash, because every time when they're trying to come and seek and find life here, a lot of people, I mean, there's conversations everywhere, but other people say they would come in peace to try and want to do some sort of research around us, humanity, the species that was made by God in His image. But what aliens do possess is a significant, amazing, not just modernized, but way, like the type of technology they have, guys. That's why a spaceship, a statesman would it's like an move even faster than the speed of light. It's because technology has always been the technology always. Okay, without having to dwell too much on that, I was still making an example about changing channels on radio, because it's radioactive waves. You're trying to get a certain frequency. You have to try and get into the frequency of money. The first thing that you're blocking yourself from is with your own mouth every day, all the time, every week, every month, all these years you've been saying imala yiko. Yes, and I know somebody out there can say, because I saw Spani the Daluspan. No. It's because I speak things into existence. It's because I speak with conviction. Nangithi into ngiyayenza. Nangithi ngizoba into so ngizoba into so. Nangithi lento lengiyenzela for certain reasons and kuzoba so. Because angikhulumi kuphela, ngiyakhuluma ngiyaspana. As I always say, you guys like say, but karate ubuwa riding out. Wabua watesha. Never ubuwa fela bedio in total dieta. Kapa never ubuwa fela mara osishonyana ule half card kapa uyeme mo fencing how sure. Then total never dieta lady way. Ngeka zenza kale the way. Mele ube sure ukuthi into so mina ngiyayenza. zihanya lezi ngiyazingena live angeke zingitshele next ngizithembile bayibitha krach right kumele ube nekrach speak things into existence have conviction and say this is what I'm going to do but batho bababhaka so ewuthembile lo thembele ini kanti uthembele uNkulunkulu wakho as I was saying about scripture Matthew 21 verse 20 there's another scripture as well that says whatever things are true whatever things are noble whatever things are just whatever things are pure whatever things are lovely whatever things are good of good report if there is any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy meditate on these things. In the last scripture I'm going to touch on but he answered, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from, that I repeat, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. And who is God? It's you. The Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth, capital letter G. He literally made you and he gave you his permission. He made you in his image and you are a small letter G. And the physical manifestation of a true representation of God was Jesus Christ. And we are always striving to live Christ-like lives. So, if I be so the scripture says scripture says so get into the frequency of money. Understand there's lots of money in South Africa. Why is it that every country all over Africa there's always been corruption, even overseas in other countries as well? Because and the system has been so flawed that other countries, their money or their currency is not worth the paper that it's been printed on, because they don't have any gold to back it up, right? That's why I love the language of cryptocurrency right now. They will just keep on printing money, keep on printing money. And some of us who come from impoverished communities, we just have, because of how we grew up and because of the cycle of poverty, we've always just had that mindset. I mean, I like taking those things back, because everything that I'd like to say made it be positive. I don't want to be positive. Is positive. Into existence. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, I just want to throw you guys a curveball. Even if but I would just like to throw you a curveball and say, from now on, start looking at things differently. I mean, guys, how many people live in Soweto? Over 3 to 4 million, even 5 million people probably live just in Soweto alone. I have not even started touching the Eburuleni, the other western townships, or Pitori. I'm not even out of Gauteng yet. I'm saying for no product at 10 rand. About to share product at higher. Because what do you say? So I say, Kabula Straten, Kapawa Rekisa, or Rusale Renke, no man wins on Unamanguna 10 rand. The young and Pelang, I told you 10 rand. No manga savings. No manga Uteli Malestrati, 10 rand at some point. Who's over now? Funa little product. I'm funny product. Enga thing is a two. Umundo rich, no mundo ananyo. Product at 10 rand. When my job is to work hard with knowledge about by million. About by 1 million abazong supporter every month. But telling the product I may 10 rand. And I'm managing to win. Now build brand. How poor brand the king. But why try a brand in such a way? But can I say about for the 10 rand every day? Because brand is about try it. Utole moto ka retreat back a khwedi o ka tiger every day. Ba bang ibile higher spanning was saying na higher spanning next saying o dlule renkeng o ka 10 rand o bambe energy drink da. Mhlambe afternoon lunch time, even if noma mhlamba ngabuy mo fa o buy another drink, mara ntamba mana kabuya via hlike renkeng abuye le jardin o bambe ngimo fire view. Lo muntu unginikeza ama 10 rand ayi2 fairly lag. Uyongikanye 10 rand vexasa, uyongikanye vexasa. So lo muntu lo ngamanye amagama ngimkhuthuza forever. And maybe that's a bad word to use, it's got a negative connotation, but what I'm trying to say is I built myself a client base where these people are going to support me for the rest of their lives, because it's a brand they see every day. That's why we keep using Coca-Cola, we keep calling other toothpaste, Ama Colgate, we keep using Sunlight, because it's a brand and it's been engraved in our minds and we see it every day. lama ngamlalanga the reason why abanenyuku bahlala ama-Orkant bahlala ema-Cape Town baretirile thina njalo siyavuka semarenkeni ekuseni sosebenza emakhampanini wabo njalo ratsuwa ra di-company tsa bona re lo thesha ra. That's what they've understood, that if I'm in the insurance game, where are the biggest numbers? If I'm in South Africa, the biggest numbers are in black communities, so I need to be focusing on black people. If I'm in the financial services game, if I'm in the cosmetics game, the FMCG game, if I'm in whatever industry you're in, the numbers are with us, guys, black people. The numbers are with us, black people. So every time you see black people, that's your money. Imagine Takomo no more Garanta. Whatever we complain, complain city malaiko. But why is it that every other mkukune DSTV dish? Why? Now try to land the Cape Town via now you are or now land any township kapa Alex, via Alex wanna know who via Alexander. You wanna ma DSTV dish and kukuin. Why? Because lenga mdalesi siboni ukuthi inyuku yazo ekuphi ikubotaki. Noma utaki angasebenzi mara siyazi inyuku ikutaki. Mara why utaki yena naye angaziboni kanjalo ukuthi hayi man inyuku ibhaya mustandlikers. Guys, even nama taxi driver master umdriveni ayibheka right ukuthi okay right bathe wakhe ngilashise bathu bayi 16. Whether ungamthuka wenza ama jokes uthini but he's mastered the art of understanding. If labantu laba engibagibezile bayi 16 banginikeza malini cap no depending ukuthi yaku bangaya ama half tiger ayi 16. Keep guy riding imalini 8 tiger. Guys, there's a space for anyone. Even ingamla ndoda zizenza the product about the chappies thina nasakhula kade kuyi 1 cent. Cabanga ukuthi besibhayisa ama-chappies. Cabanga umuntu owaqala i-straw. Cabanga umuntu oqala i-company yama-Kinopo. Guys, come on, there's lots of money. I'm just doing this live to change your perspective. You don't have to agree with me, but start visiting this idea, or start visiting this conversation, or this this debate that I'm throwing into this video to say, why is Slu acting Yugi Paya? Because he Paya. But Baba Nali Nyugu, they don't say Akina Nyugu, they say, how do I get Nyugu to get that thing? Runabo Takir, I can't afford that thing because of Nyugu. Marbonabar, how can I afford that thing? So Luana, stop saying Nyuga here. Start saying Kichola Juang Nyugu, Elinteng, Elimpaya Mumzanti, Marayo di Potentaka Honajono. Nichola Ganjan, le Mali Ening, Etoya Ganjila, South Africa, Engekes Kwamensa Marcona Manja, Nichola Ganjan. Mina critical code can let's run. Ang funny product 1,000 rand or ngilobele ngikhuluma hayi ngizifunela nje mina product 10 rand ngizifunela abantu abamnyama because abantu engiba understand abantu engikhule nabo batraying ngikho nokubua libona bangikhulisitse banisupportile mina le fanda gore ke bemthwele ngore ke yena fanda le muntu enguwe is because of labantu abamnyama so ngifuna ukukhuluma nabantu abamnyama. That's why noma nginenyuku nakumele ngincede abantu abamnyama ngiphile abantwini abamnyama because yiba mangenza lento engiyo mari mindset yami inyuku ipaya inyuku bafethu ipaya, and money is energy. Just adjust yourself to that frequency of money. When I say ngithola kanjani, then your mind starts running. Okay, right, ngithola kanjani. That's when you are searching. You are searching for that frequency. When you keep thinking, coming up with ideas, that's you searching to get that frequency of money until it goes ibambe leyo channel. La ibamba leyo channel clear. Ibambile ke imali yazwakala. A taxi driver is in the business of service. Abomtrayisela abomawuleli laba babhayise emakhoneni bomme baroda babarekisanda di ranking babhayise di plate baphera konhlulu nenemba vaya ba refaming ba emafemini emini kanje around lunch time noma mhlambe ba emarenkeni bayobhayisa amachita bhayisa ama-cool time emakhoneni amachita bhayisa ama-energy drink emakhoneni ama-mofire ama-dragon ama-switch because inyuku ibhaya thina iproblem yethu ukuthi mentally sowuzitshele ukuthi ayikho, mentally sowuzidefeatile ila right now uthi ayikho kusho ukuthi ayikho now uthi ikhona. That's why abantu abanjengami ngihlale ngilobele nginikhuthaza because of the knowledge engiyitholayo and into ezingisebenzelayo ngiyazama ukuthi ngizame ukuzishare nabanye abantwana ukuthi mina ilife yami ngirana kanje umcabango wami uso nangizovula ama live ngikhuluma njalo uyakhona na ukuplaka into i-mentality yakasibudu usibudu ucabanga kanjani. Why usibudu athi nyuka ibhaya? Because ibhaya bafethu bo usibarona tšhelete ke ngata. Just find a way on how to adjust that frequency for you to be in tune with that money, because there's a lot of money in South Africa. And sadly, that's why some of our politicians disappoint us. They keep eating the money that is supposed to filter down to the people by kaula. And then sometimes singacabanga ukuthi imali seyaphela eSouth Africa, angeke iphele, ibhaya. That's why nalaka amanye ama-country they keep trying to take advantage of the African countries, because baqaba nyuka rona ibhaya, guys. They know there's people here. The pills, the ARV, the vaccine, even if the government, those things are costly. They cost money. Big pharmaceutical companies speak to government. Government gives the money because government is subsidizing that medication. But everything is for money. There's nothing for free. There's lots of money, guys. After this video, change your mindset. Start thinking, actually, let me think about it. As long as you want abantu meluas, but imali baya. But imali bafethu. Nyuki baya. There's lots of money, guys. Let's start seeking and start changing that frequency to try and get in tune with that right frequency of money. There's money everywhere. And earlier on, when I was making an example about the Nikola Tesla's technology or his amazing inventions, they didn't come with him. The Anunnakis, our ancestors, came up with this energy. Why do you think there's pyramids all over the world? Pyramids were not just built because they must just look nice. People still today, they're still trying to figure out how our ancestors built pyramids. Pyramids are also not only in Africa alone. There's pyramids in Mexico. There's pyramids all over the world, guys. All the way down to in other countries or in other continents under the sea. Because there was tapera, guys, this world, Nkulunkulu built it like he created it millions and millions and millions of years ago. So times evolve. Times evolve, and then humanity goes extinct, and then things start again, and etc. etc. There's also so many theories out there about how we came to be and we came to be here. But we all know that a lot of theories lead to life starting in this continent, in Africa. Those pyramids were energy, I don't have the right words in English, but they were meant as energy power sources. That's how intelligent our ancestors were. Way back then. So nyuke bhaya. Ningi imali bafethu. So ngicela siqaleni sicabangeni kanjalo ukuthi sami imali nakathi ningi lo muntu usho ukuthini. Zibuze wena. You don't have to uvumelane nami. You don't have to umelane lena. Go do your own research. Why abuwa so? The simple answer I'd like for you to give yourself is, Smu says, wherever I see people, it means there's money. Why do you think people who are selling are always selling in places where there's people? Why do you think white people are rich? They're rich because of us. They're focusing on us, black people. That's why every person who's rich, they're making money off black people. Because they know we are in our numbers. Why do you think all over the world, everybody's focusing on the African continent? We feed the whole world. We're the youngest continent in the whole world as well. We are the continent with the most young people. And why do you think the war is against us? Because they're trying to kill us. They're trying to kill our young people. And they've been trying to suppress us all along all these decades so they can keep benefiting off of our resources. But if there's only one person or only one race of people who don't see or who don't know where there is money, it's us. We keep saying, hey, that's what the purpose of this video is. Just to tell you, I just wanted to shift that perspective. Starting from today, take that back and remember that Prasbuddha said words are power. He even quoted scripture and he gave us different scriptures that prove that we create with our mouth. Now we keep saying it every day. We keep prophesying negativity upon ourselves, and it's just a never-ending cycle of negativity. I want you to break that cycle, and it starts here. Prasbu said, I just need to find a way of fine-tuning myself to the right thing that's gonna bring me money. Ngiyangithola ngiyenzile la ngomculo guys, ngiyenzile nge-TV, ngiyenza ngama-products amaningi khona manje ngithengisa ama-cold drink, sengakha ngisho nezindlu. And ngenzani ngibheka abantu aba-blacklisted abangakhona ukuthenga izinto because ngiyazi abantu bami lapho nami I was once blacklisted. I'm from there. Abantu abamnyama lapho mina ngisifunela abantu abamnyama, anginama-problem. Anginandaba nabantu basebomasantini or ngisifunela abantu basekazi. That's me and that's my market. I've always looked at my career that way. Even from when I was selling music from back in the day, I'd say, I've got a loyal base. I want to buy 100,000. I was saying, no, my yin, but till today. Labo bantu basesekhona yini na namhlanje nangilayita kanje nabo yini nisangibukele namanje. Some of you guys have been following me for over 10 years because I keep evolving. Angime endaweni eyi-1 bese ngithi emaye sekuyabheda or sengiwile angisenamali kwenye. Hayi, I keep it moving because I can see there's lots of money. I can make money in all sorts of different ways. That's what white people keep doing to us. Not only white people, all the different races. They are all rich because of black people in South Africa. They are all rich because of black people in the African continent. And black people just need to start realizing that we are the source of lots of money. We are the wealth creators for other races. It's time we create wealth for ourselves. That's why I've been preaching this ownership, this creating our own companies, building our own brands, keeping the money revolving around our communities all these years. Why? Because I can see it, mina. Imali iningi. Stop saying imali ngoba iningi. And start fine-tuning yourself and find ways on how you can create. And you don't even have to create things that are not there. Yes, it's always great to create solutions or come up with inventions that have never been done before, but you don't have to recreate the wheel. I didn't recreate the wheel. Red Bull has been selling energy drinks for decades. I just came and I said, I'll communicate it in a manner which Red Bull, which however many billions they have, they can never communicate their energy drink the way I'm going to communicate it. So it's and that was my niche. My business just keeps growing every year in, year out. It's on an upwards trajectory. Why? Because I've mastered the art of understanding that money is with black people. Just black people need to realize how much of it. Not you guys. We are not even gold, guys. We are not even gold. We are platinum. We're even more than platinum. We are amazing, and we are capable of all these great things. We're better than a whole lot of. When I was making an example about the Anunnakis, our ancestors having built the pyramids, that's how great we are. Civilization didn't come with the Greeks. It didn't come from the West. We came up with the civilization. Go read a book called a book by George G. James called The Stolen Legacy. The Library of Alexandria, which was burnt, and some books were stolen and some artifacts were kept in European countries. And then from there they changed history to blind us so that we're not aware or knowing who we are, where we come from and how great our ancestors were, so that we can unleash our own power. We just thought we are off alignment. Celebrate holiday we are basically living a definition of omunye umuntu ukuthi athi mele nibe so, and that's a believer, and we strive to live like that. Can't you know? Our ancestors were to be that's why see off, we are not aligned. Abantu abamnyama, they are people of nature. That's why now they are cooler towards the sun. That's why it's a conversation. It's not kuluma the whole day, guys. This video can go on and on. There's a lot of woke people out there who can teach us all these different things. But this video, the main purpose is just to remind you guys which noma ngabe niyabhayiziseka kasi, noma ngabe uqala ibhesagita ihlangani, noma ngabe uyalena le akuhlangani, stop prophesying negativity upon your own life and start prophesying positive things and start understanding ukuthi hayi man, inyuki ibhaya. And abantu naba makhulumda angikrend ngitop, futhi ngizoba krend, ngizoba nayo inyuki ebhaya. Don't even speak as if you're going to. Speak as if you're already there. Carry yourself as if you're already that which you would like to become. And just change your attitude and focus on positivity and creating that world and the future that you'd like to be in. That future must be in here every day. Money is a lot. There's lots of money in South Africa, guys. Just find a way on how you can access that money and go make that money. I love you guys. Have a great evening.